What's up, everybody? This is my new to me 2007 Porsche 911. It's a 997.1 manual transmission. I've had the car for about 3 weeks now, and I went through the whole car as far as cleaning it and detailing it and getting used to it. Also looked through the manual and discovered some crazy little quirks about this car that you may not be familiar with. So I'm going to go over those quirks today. So one of the quirks about Porsche in general is if you're going to try to start the car, don't go for the right side. This has still got the key ignition. It's a 2007, it's a little bit older, but don't go to the right hand side, go to the left hand side. Start your car on the left. And one of the first quirks that we're going to notice outside of being on the left is this light cluster and what it does. So this is off. Home button will actually turn the lights on or off as you get out of the car. You approach the car and unlock it to give you some night lighting. You have your parking lights, your standard headlights, but here's where it gets interesting. To turn the fog lights on the car, you have to pull this out. So now your fog lights are on the front. The other interesting thing that I had no idea what it was is if you pull it out a second time, it is now the rear fog light is on. So there is a green button indicates the front fog light. The second indicator indicates the rear fog light. I discovered that it's actually like a rain light in a Ferrari. So we're gonna see that right now. So I'm gonna show you first with the light off, and then we're gonna put it on. Lights on. Fog light on, so nothing that you can see from the rear. Rear fog light. So this rear fog light works like a rain light in a Ferrari. So if it's foggy, you turn that on and it will actually make your rear profile a little more visible in nasty weather. Looking at some Porsche forums, I think they've basically said that the first thing to Porsche ownership is to not use the Porsche cup holders. But this car does have Porsche cup holders, or cup holders in general. So you don't see any here, anywhere around. So actually for this car in particular, they're hidden away in this little tab. Push here, got a cup holder there, and then a secondary cup holder there. You want a bigger cup, extend it out. Smaller cup, make it a little smaller. When you're finished, push it in, and there it goes. I don't know if I'm going to use these or not because I don't want them to break. But if you want to use cup holders in a 997.1, there you go, that's where they are. So our current phones are all encased, no actual way to get inside of it. But I guess if I were able to break this phone and get the SIM card out, all I have to do is put the little SIM card in this little device here and then push it in, and then you have phone capabilities with your microphone being up at the front. So if I want hands-free phone calling, I've got to break this and put the SIM card in here. Probably not going to happen. But a strange little quirk about the car. This car actually has a little display screen in the middle. Right now I actually have it set up to show the music channel and what my miles are to empty. But you can go through this little screen and it will actually give you some other aspects. So you can actually go through the settings, reset all of your mileage. You can change your display up a little bit, languages, your clock is all done through here. Your TPC is kind of cool because it'll give you all of your tire pressure information if you select it. And you can actually go through and look at your oil pressure. The chrono is the little tachometer that's an added on feature here with the sports package. So you can actually start the timing and you can do your lap timing if you're on a track or, you know, trying to do something around town and get your groceries faster. I don't know. Then I can go through and reset it and it'll go back to 0. So pretty cool little deal there. You can go through and check your oil pressure, your other info, your limits. So it's a pretty cool little feature of the car that, you know, for an older car is kind of nice. So as you drive, like in most cars, the lock will come on for the doors. That is the actual lock button if you want to unlock or lock it manually, but as you're driving, it'll lock automatically. To open the door, you actually have to pull the lever twice. You can't just pull it once and then it'll open. So I thought that was something wrong with the car when I bought it, but in the manual it talks exactly about the door handle being pulled twice to open. Now in most sports cars, you don't get vanity mirrors because it's a useless device for the most part, and I guess cost weight. But on this car, it's Porsche. So you open and there you go. Vanity. Alright, so if your battery dies in this car, the central locking system will lock the frunk and the gas, doors, everything. So to get to your gas to refuel, you actually have to pull this little lever if the central locking system gets engaged. So there's a little hook here and it'll actually open up your gas tank from there. So interesting little feature about this car that you may not know about. So Porsche nowadays has to have its little creature comforts. We obviously talked about our cup holders here, but if you want to carry your CDs to play your music, because we don't have Bluetooth in this car to work it, you've got a CD holder here. The red indicates there's a CD in there, white means it's free. So you can put a CD in there, and I guess we'll see what the previous owner listened to. Well, let's see, Joe Bonamassa. Yeah, we'll just leave that there and put that back. A little feature about the Porsche you may not have known. Now this car doesn't have an engine in the front. I know most of you know that. So it's got a frunk. I've always wanted a car with a frunk. So now I have a car with a frunk. So let's open it up and check out the size. So the front space is pretty nice. I mean, way down in there, it's definitely arm's length. If you get stuck in there, you can pull the little safety feature that's glow in the dark. All right, your DVD 6 changer, I'm guessing, something like that, is right there in the front. But plenty of room in the front, so pretty cool. Nice little space to put your stuff, and more room than I really thought there was gonna be. If you open this up, you actually have a air pump to pump your tires up. You have your tow hook for the front, and you also have some goo to put in your tires if there is a hole to try to get you to the next place, because there is no spare in this car. All right, so this car has a load switch off for 2 hours and then for 7 days. So in the case your car's been off for 2 hours, the vehicle is not started or unlocked with remote control, it will actually turn the ignition off and some of the other features of the car so that it'll actually save the battery. If it's not done within 7 days, the remote control standby function is switched off to save the vehicle battery. So in this case, unlock the driver's door with the key at the door lock. Leave the door closed in order to prevent the alarm system from being triggered. Press button 1 on the remote control. The remote control is now active again. So basically after 7 days, you have to manually put the key in the door, unlock it, take the key out, which will turn all of the systems on, unlock it with the key, and then you can open the door. Otherwise, you open the door and the alarm will go off and it will be all kinds of nonsense. So follow those steps and you won't have the alarm go off. If your battery dies on this car, you can manually get in the doors, but you cannot get into the frunk. So the way that you've got to do that is you actually take a battery, you hook your positive end up into the switch panel or fuse panel that's actually in the footwell of the driver's side, and then you actually hook your negative cable up to the door jamb steel, I guess like a little D-clip where the door actually hooks up and closes. But that's your negative lead. Your positive lead goes over here. Then you can actually pull the little door lever here, which is in the door, and you can go to do your frunk. Also accessing your engine bay if the battery were to die. I'm gonna take you on a little walk around the car. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, the little quirks and features of this car, kind of interesting things that I didn't know until I actually sat down and read the manual. But we're gonna do some more videos with the car and see where we go with it. I have some ideas for some upgrades. I don't really know what's gonna be first, so if you have any ideas of what to do with the car first on a small budget, let me know in the comments below. But that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see y'all on the next video. See ya.